called 2 Hours to Midnight. It's 120 minutes of metal with the three of us as your leggy and vivacious hosts. So Saturday night, week one, people seem to dig it. So week two, 10 o'clock this Saturday night here on MMS. There's a 2 Hours to Midnight Facebook page where I'll post the playlists. If you are a local band, you can send me something clean. Or if you just want to request something, you can do that. 2htm@wmms.com is the email. And very excited to do it. We had a blast on week one. Working a couple of local bands in this weekend. A handful of requests from you guys. But otherwise, every week, Corey and Pat and I throw a bunch of songs in the mix that we dig and then play them back for you guys. So should I tease it? Should I tell people what we're going to be playing?
Not all of it, but some.
Not all of it, okay?
Maybe the local bands. Maybe shout
the local
them
bands,
out.
yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think they would probably dig that.
Two local bands, Drew Paria from Parma and Like Tyrants from Lakewood are each going to get a spin.
That's
the names of
pretty
the
cool.
songs, slip my mind right now, but Drew Paria will get played in the first hour. Their song is called Bereavement from Parma, Ohio, one of Corey Roddick's former neighbors, I think. And then Like Tyrants from Lakewood will get played in the second hour. Their song is called Newfound Hell. So that's Saturday night. 2 Hours to Midnight, all new metal here on MMS.
And how do people submit if they want to either submit something, just an existing band, or they have a local band? And what are you looking for from
email.
a local band?
It's got to be clean.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys, and I like it a little economical. You know, I know bands like to noodle, especially metal bands, but I'm not. If you give me a 7-minute song, I ain't gonna play it. First, it's as simple as this: if I like it, I'll play it. Then I'll hit you up and ask you. You'll need like a code I'll ask you for so I can air it, and then we'll air it.
And then what is the email?
It's 2htm@wmms.com is the email. And we'll post, as soon as the show's over, I'll post the playlist every Saturday night. So, but we're having a lot of fun doing it, and we hope you guys dig it. People seem to, week one. It's been a long time since there's been a metal show on MMS, so happy to do it. This might be Poundcake's future. I guess maybe he's still getting a winner.
Nope, I can hear.
This might be Poundcake's future. The woman named Mary McCoy in Texas, and she just got the Guinness World Record for the longest career as a radio DJ. She started young, boy. She's 85, and she's been working in the industry for 72 years. I mean, she started when she was 13.
That bitch was there for the big change.
Yep.
I'm so obsessed with that. The fact that they used to call it that. It's the big change. All you people used to listen to the telly or all the radio. Now you guys get to telly.
Well, she still hosts the 2-hour country classic show 6 days a week.
Oh, they work hard to the bone.
At K-Star Country, KVST. And she still loves doing it.
Back in 1951, I had the pleasure of meeting all those artists, from Jim Reeves, Elvis, it's just all Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, you name them, they were there. I love the people. I love radio. They all go together. And I thank God every day I can still do my radio and love my people.
There you go. She's probably doing that from her house, by the way. We were talking about that before. K-Star Country. 2 hours a day, 6 days a week. How about that?
So she only has 12 hours a week.
She's 85. She could have hung it up a long time ago.
I had to count on my hands.
So good on her. Huh?
I had to count on my hands. I'm like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
This is in Montgomery, Texas, by the way. So she's been there. But that could be your future. You know, people go, I want to go out on top. I want to call it quits when I still got my wits about me and blah, blah. Not me. I want to be behind a mic until I fall over, until I'm so riddled with dementia or whatever, you can't tell what the hell I'm saying. Because that would be way more entertaining than listening to somebody who's like lucid all the time. Montgomery is right on Lake Conroe. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's about an hour north of Houston. I bet your sister could tune into this lady, Bill.
Oh, neat.
Down there in Houston. KVST. And so she holds the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, they're not hiring a lot of 13-year-olds anymore. So I have a feeling she's going to hang on to this for a long, long time.
I take it her station's not an iHeartMedia station.
No, it's like a local owner. Yeah. No, there's no corporate chain's going to have an 85-year-old woman on the radio.
Where's her podcast? She's not driven.
She still looks good, actually. For 85, she colors her hair. She's kind of got a here, I'll show her to you. Look at this lady. She's 85, and she's got the Guinness World Record there. Look at her. For, right?
Not
I
terrible.
thought she was going to be some, old gray crone, but she's in there doing it.
Is this on the live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you not see it?
It's on a delay. I'll see
Sorry.
you in a second.
There she is. Her 71-year radio career. Mary McCoy has got the Guinness Book of World Record for the longest broadcasting career. She got started working 5 days a week as a radio host at the age of 12. How did anybody ever get hired at 12?
With all the laws going into place. We'll have
listen.
We'll have 12-year-olds again.
Yeah, well, no, they don't want him on the radio. They want him working in meatpacking plants.
Yeah, they want him cleaning up using
Sluice
harsh
and
chemicals.
sludge. That's right. Hazmat suits.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's good for the kids. She had a music career in addition to her DJ duties, and she once sang with Elvis Presley. There you go. I think that would be the way to do it, too. And maybe along the course of her career, she probably worked in some impressive markets.
Let's cancel her.
I think that's the canceler. Let's cancel this 85-year-old woman.
Let's bring up some old audio from 1973. Let's get her.
Uh-huh.
She want equality? We're going to give you equality, lady.
I like how it's an 85-year-old woman, and Poundcake goes, let's find some old audio from 1973. Oh, boy.
We could go back further.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's find her. Let's find something from the mid-50s, and she's...
That was completely... it was relevant at the time, but now it's completely out of context, and we'll use it against her, and we'll cancel her.
That's right.
She's taking
Cancel
a
her
spot.
for bullying people when she was 12 years old on the radio.
Oh, God. Can you imagine if they dug up her old...
Susie Benson from grade 7 is a real slut.
She's a real pain in the ass.
Because I guarantee you, when she was 12 and in Texas, they did not refer to African Americans as African Americans.
No.
The coloreds,
this is my favorite colored artist that we play on this radio station.
Ooh, let's get her.
Well, times are different.
iHeart's going to buy that station. We're going to get it for you, iHeart.
We play both kinds of music, country and Western. For the whites. Well, listen.
This is our Throwback Thursday.
It's still Throwback Thursday.
What I like to refer to as Colored Night. Where we play all the hippity hops.
Yeah. We're doing a reconstruction party after the show this Friday night. Well, that's impressive. I think that's the way to do it, is you just keep doing this job until the only place you can get hired is some tiny town where they just let you be on the air, and you just kind of, drift into dementia or something. But she sounds with it. Those country artists, whether they're air personalities or whether they're singers, they do not go quietly into that good night. They stay gussied up until the day they get in that box. She got the hair and they do the makeup. It's all Grand Ole Opry until the day they die, boy. Mm-hmm. They never get all shriveled up. They got to have some showbiz in it. Dolly Parton. You'd never know how old Dolly Parton was if she didn't tell you.
Well, her boobs are 20 years younger than she is.
No, I know. I'm just saying she's had so much work done and she's kept herself glammed up. So she'll be 80 in a couple of years and you'd never know it because she's kept herself.
Yeah, because there's no more serial number on it.
It's been filed off a long time ago, but
that has to be in pain.
Listen, Dolly always had the raw material. It wasn't like she wasn't like a Kardashian, right? Who took an uber normal face and shaped it into something pretty foxy. Dolly Parton looked great. She just
maintain.
She's had a lot of scaffolding over the years or whatever, but it wasn't like she still looks like she looked. She just, kind of got rid of some of the baby fat. But I mean, you go back to those Kardashian kids pictures and you're like, holy cow. They look like any other family who could have come out of the Midwest without access to a high-end plastic surgeon. I mean, they completely redid their faces.
But it's subtle yet not subtle. Like the old pictures of Kim, you're like, oh, wow, I can't believe that's Kim. But it was gradual. Like they didn't.
Well,
do it
hers
all
is
at
subtle,
once.
but you look at Kylie as like a 10-year-old, you're like, oh my God, she had her face sanded off and rebuilt.
Well, Chloe, I think had the most dramatic. Not even Kylie. Kylie just had lip fillers. She didn't reconstruct her face.
Yes, she did.
Yes,
You
she
look at
did.
yes,
She
she
looks way
did.
different.
Yes, she did. They all did.
I just don't understand how they do that and no one, like, it doesn't leak to the press or anything like that. Like, it just, they're never out and wrapped in bandages. You never see paparazzi pictures of that. Like, that, if you do as heavy plastic surgery as they're getting, it takes a long time to recover, right?
Yeah, I mean, a few weeks, but they also
You have to break a jaw.
they have a whole system in place to do it so you won't see those pictures. Like that's part of the process
Okay.
for them. I imagine that they go in, get it done, and then like they lay low for 3 or 4 weeks while it heals up.
Mm-hmm. When you got that metal thing in your nose and your head's wrapped in bandages.
That's what I'm saying. You look like the mummy.
You look like
Yeah, but they don't have to
Frankenstein's
go anywhere
monster.
and get anything for
Yeah.
themselves. Not like they got to go out and do their own grocery shopping.
I guess.
Think of all the staff they have or acquaintances or whatever who have seen them post-op, like right after with black eyes and
Mhm.
those are the photos people want.
Oh,
You really want to
there's
impress
actually
me?
a ton of photos of them with black eyes.
Yeah, black eyes, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Black eyes. Sorry, I can see where that might be confusing. It's Alan, are you ever going to have Poundcake on your metal show giving info about the artists and the songs?
Coming up is Paramore.
Yeah, right.
My favorite metal.
We don't do any
Or
Panic.
Evanescence, yeah.
We don't do Panic at the Disco or Evanescence on the metal show. I'm
Do you
sorry.
guys play Hellstorm?
I'm sorry?
Do you guys play Hellstorm?
That's not a heavy metal band.
Okay.
It's a hard rock band. I do like to make the distinction, and these are shades of difference, but it just comes to like what hits my ear, right? And so sometimes when we all throw our songs in, I'll go, not that one. I like that song, not on a metal show. So that's kind of how we're going about it. iHeartRadio app, if you listen to us there, anytime, you can leave us messages with the talkback button.
Hey, Alan, you just referred.
No message ever starts good. When it starts
Well, you went,
like
"Hey,
that,
Alan,"
it's
when
never
they're-
good.
When
Yeah.
they're basically doing
Political
political
Joe.
Joe.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, Alan, you just referred to a show as a chick show, and that's why you didn't watch it. Now, I do have a question for you. Is that a negative thing? Like, because it's a chick show, you didn't want to watch it, and that's negative? Or also, is it okay that I watch guy shows? I'm very confused.
You're not confused. It's not confusing. No. What show was I talking about?
You.
Said, oh, yeah, chick show. No, listen, shows, there are target audiences for, no, trust me, I watched Grey's Anatomy for a long time. I got sucked into that by my ex-girlfriend. So, no, I'll watch chick shows. But there are shows that are very specifically made for a certain audience. That's what I meant. Bridgerton. How many dudes weren't watching Bridgerton? That was for ladies who were getting all sweaty. That's why every time they'd parody Bridgerton, it was all ladies sitting around, sweating. And so there are some shows, they know who that target audience is. They're not doing it for dudes.
Well, I remember. I mean, I know you watched all of Sex in the City or most.
Love
of it,
Sex in the City.
and that's a
chick show, of course.
But there's some. I watched it. I thought it was a very fun show. And there's some shows that are chick shows that I can't get into, and there's a lot of dude shows I don't get into either. Try to watch that Chris Pratt Army Boy show.
No,
and I was just
can't
like,
do it.
I couldn't do it. It just wasn't interesting to me.
Nope, same here.
I do like. I still need to watch the newest season of Jack Ryan. But that's a fun show.
First one was better than this one, but I like Krasinski a lot. So.
There's a third season out now, I believe.
Is it the third?
I think the third
Whatever
season,
the new one is, it's okay.
The third season came out. I want to say in like December.
Couple of months ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't gotten into it yet.
Oh, I was thinking it was the second.
No.
Okay, well, yeah, there's that. But no, listen, watch whatever you want. But shows do have specific target audiences, right? Euphoria is not for 50-year-old guys. There are probably some 50-year-old guys
that are
watching
it
that
for very
show.
specific reasons.
Right, and they're tracking
Yeah.
that too, so they can alert the authorities. But that's not made for, comedies, I think, less so have like a target. Comedies is more of a shotgun where they're like, whoever this hits, that's great. Whoever thinks this is funny, that's awesome. Dramas, or that have a specific kind of point of view, like you or the other shows I mentioned.
What's that one? This Is Us? Is that
This Is Us. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gwen loved that show.
Yeah, that's a total chick show. But I know a lot of guys that watch it too, and they enjoy it.
I know
Sure.
gays that watch that show. They're obsessed with that show.
We didn't ask what the gays watch.
It's not on anymore, though, right?
No.
Isn't that show done?
I have no idea.
I thought This Is Us had their big old series finale a while ago. But every time I would walk in the room and Gwen was watching This Is Us, like she'd be crying. And I was like, boy, I guess there's an appeal to a show like that, but I just wouldn't want to watch something that had me sobbing all the time. But she dug it. I want to get to, the 2024 clown show. It's already starting up. I was looking at Joe Exotic has announced his intention to run for president. You remember Joe Exotic?
Of course.
This is the guy. Joseph Maldonado Passage is his government. He's in prison for trying to kill that bitch Carol Baskin. This is the guy that got famous off of Tiger King, which benefited from everybody being locked up in the house. And he has gone every which way but loose, trying to get out of prison. And he appealed to Donald Trump. And he says, I don't do this. And so now he says he's running for president. I assume maybe he thinks that this will get him out of prison? Hey, you got to let me out so I can go campaign. Joe Exotic said, put aside that I am gay, that I am in prison for now, that I used drugs in the past, that I had more than one boyfriend, and that Carol hates my guts. This all has not a thing to do with me being able to be your voice. Listen, we can all identify with someone like Joe Exotic. So that's his, hey, put aside all this other stuff. I would make a great president. But again, after Trump, all bets are off. So this is nothing shocking. George Santos has also announced. So if you're bummed that you missed the chance to get scammed by George Santos, you're in luck. He's at least filed paperwork with the Federal Election Committee. But see, here's the grift on that. Once you file paperwork, that's how you can legally raise money. Because all these guys are grifters. And so that's how you just fundraise. And then if you go, well, I decided not to run, it's not like you send those people's money back. You're not writing them checks. You're hanging on to the money. So that's what George Santos is doing. Because once you get in, he's in Congress. I mean, he'll probably be a one-termer. But once you get in, you kind of got the run of the place. So that clown show is getting underway with Joe Exotic and George Santos announcing that they're going to be running for president, allegedly, in 2024. There are probably a lot of people who would vote for either of them because it's a big old country, big country. I got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35192 to get me there. AlanCoxShow.com is the live stream you can watch, and we'll be back after this.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 W.